This number is your future. It is everything that you have worked for in school up until now. It is how good your teachers are, how good your school is. It measures what you know and how you think. This number knows your strengths and weaknesses, your focus in life, how far you will go, and all you had to do was fill in 100 of those little bubbles.
I just think a lot of kids nowadays are more visual learners, and you could have more activities like that. And I don't think big tests should show students learning. Not everyone's a good test taker.
Well, I don't really like standardized testing because it doesn't really show my true knowledge, and I feel like really trapped, and like the time limit like really constricts me, and I get really stressed out like when I'm taking the test. And I think there's definitely better ways to show my knowledge.
Right now in education, there's a huge emphasis on standardized testing, and what the U.S. is doing right now is trying to get up in competition with the rest of the world, but we're not understanding that as a country without a homogeneous society, it's implausible to do that. What we need to focus on is individual student needs and how to address those, rather than completely basing ourselves on this small little box of math, science, and reading.
Right now I have a teacher who she will teach her lesson, and she involves a lot of life meaning into things, and so it allows my knowledge of the world to just be strengthened because she's so creative in the way she teaches.
You think of education as a pudding cup, you're just really skimming the top of it. You're getting that little skin on top. You're not getting to the emphasis, to the real knowledge in a lot of cases. And I think sometimes if you allow more time to really dig deep, students aren't just getting more knowledgeable, but they're gaining just more context. They're able to really kind of find more meaning in what they're doing.
It doesn't seem fair that you, an individual, must be measured the same way as everyone else. But according to most educational protocols in effect in our current time, that's exactly what happens. Children with any learning ability in any background are held accountable to the same standards. At a glance, this approach to education seems like it could be a fair and efficient way to do things. All students are being taught equally. They all have the same opportunities for success.
We don't know what the world's going to be like in 5 years. We don't know what new devices we're going to have, how people in the world are going to talk to each other and communicate. And if we don't teach the students how to be creative, the process of going through creating an idea or a product, then we're doing them a disservice, because it's not all just knowledge and facts that we should be regurgitating. It's how to evolve in an ever-changing world. And if we spend all the time we do testing, then we're not teaching creativity.
As Margaret Mead said, education is not about teaching what to think, it's about teaching how to think, which is something that we're losing in America now.
We all understand that we have strengths and weaknesses, but why should you, your teachers, and your school be penalized if your greatest strength isn't completing standardized tests? As young Americans, we have to push towards a future that begins now. That means getting an education that fits to us, because we will soon be the teachers, the researchers, the explorers of our world. Let us replace standardization with innovation.